There hasn't been a new asset class created since the bond market in 1693. Well, now there's a new one, and it's the digital asset space. The question is, are you participating? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on? Good morning. Happy Thursday to you. I'm telling you, it's a great time to be in the digital asset space. It is a great time to be in the digital asset space. Yeah, Newell, good to see you, brother. Good to see you on the stream. It has been a long time. Great to see you. I wanted to get in the stream early this morning. I came across this news. I had to share it because I think this is an interesting place. The United States opposes what the IMF is looking to do in terms of liquidity with the SDR. Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? I find that to be very, very interesting. Good morning, bro. DL, good morning, C's. Good morning to you, DL. Good to see you on the stream this morning. DL, where are you checking in from, my friend? Yeah, absolutely. Interesting times. Bitcoin had a little bit of a decline in the market. Where is Bitcoin at nowadays? Security settings for Zoom. Oh, Texas. Okay, cool. Very good. I think I asked you that before. I was talking about we were looking to get into Austin, Texas, right? Where's BTC at right now? Andre, what's good morning, brother? How are you? New York is still alive. Yes, that's my brother there, soon to be brother-in-law, Andre from Nadanev, hanging out in New York from Russia. What's up, bro? Привет. What is going on? What's up with the markets today? Let's see what's going on. What? There it is. Bitcoin is $6,995. Litecoin is at $42.25, and XRP is at 18 cents. Be safe out there in New York, bro. I know you're still working from home, so be safe, brother. Definitely be safe. I'm finding this very, very interesting, guys, that the United States is proposing what are they doing? They don't like the way the IMF is looking to allocate the SDRs. Isn't that interesting? You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing an upcoming negotiation. That's what I'm seeing. TJ Coop 81. Good morning, Mr. Siege. Good morning to you, brother. Good to see you this morning. We're going to talk about this upcoming negotiation. Yes, great time to be in the digital asset space. I gotta tell you, hit that landmark, brother. Hit that landmark in XRP, man. A major milestone. Major milestone. I was telling the people on the channel, Andre, that Miss Crypto Siege, as we like to call her, your sister, loves to be zero balances. She doesn't like balances, right? She doesn't like any kind of balance. No debt. No zero on the balances. And we went on an excursion to the mountains. I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe. And we put it on a credit card, right? We didn't put it on a bank card. We put it on a credit card. And the stimulus check money came in yesterday, right? Now, you know, stimulus check money came in yesterday. Business income came in yesterday, right? On the 15th, right? And she's like, can I use this to just pay this off? It's like zero balance. She doesn't like, no balance is zero. She takes care of me big time. She keeps me on track because I'm always the I do two things: either the minimum balance plus a few extra bucks, like 5, 10, 15 extra bucks. Or what I do is I'll keep a balance below 30%, below 35, 30%, right? But she don't like the balances. So just everything straight pay it off. As soon as it hits, I mean, this hasn't even hit yet, right? It's not even on a bill yet. Pay it off. So she paid it off, but I still went ahead and made the investment into XRP to get to that crazy milestone. Crazy milestone, brother. Got to that crazy milestone in XRP. Really, really cool. So, yes, I was telling everyone on the channel about that. So there we are again. Zero balances. Zero balances for sure. She definitely keeps me on track with that stuff. She takes care of us. So, Not Chosen is in the building. Hello, Crypto Siege. Hello to the room. Good to see you, Not Chosen. Sahara's in the building. How are you, my friend? So I just think this article is interesting. It's from Yahoo Finance. I'm going to go over it. But it does say the U.S. opposes massive liquidity from the IMF boost. United States opposes creation of liquidity through the issuance of the IMF special drawing rights, SDRs. I am going to go over that when a few more people join the stream. And again, for me, when I read that, the first thing I thought was I could see a possible negotiation between the IMF and the U.S. Now, I don't know if the IMF has to enter into any kind of negotiation. But we shall see. I bought Charlie's bag says, hey, Siege, did you see the tweet from the Bearable Bull with all the bank problems? I did indeed. My bank, in fact, was down most of the day yesterday. Couldn't call and get through. Couldn't call and get through. You couldn't get on the app and get through, and you could not get on the website and get through. None of them went through. And it's definitely about all these stimulus checks coming in. But I do think it's important. I heard the Bearable Bull. I bought Charlie's bags this morning, and he talked about the antiquated systems, right? That Donald talked about, right? And he's right when they say that they always use the 40-year-old antiquated systems. They're always pointing to that. It wasn't just the Donald. So the Bearable Bull is right that they're using that language, pointing to a 40-year-old antiquated system. And it is a reason why they're constantly pointing to that. Yeah, bomb with requests, whatever it might be, it is definitely bogged down. Right? It is definitely bogged down. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't had a chance to smash the like on the way in, just collapse the chat, go smash that like button, and then come back and hang out. But yeah, so I do find that to be very, very, very interesting. Again, I don't know if the IMF is going to need to negotiate with the U.S. I don't know if they need the U.S.'s permission. But I did read in that article that the U.S. was looking to do their own form of an SDR allocation. What does that mean? What does that mean? What SDR does the U.S. have? So Sahara says, I am so positive on my XRP investment. TJ Jackson, what's going on, brother? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Let's go over this article, guys, from Yahoo Finance. Asshole Trucker Bob. What's going on, Trucker Bob? Good to see you in the stream, brother. Now, I'm pretty sure I would have recognized that name if I would seen you check into the channel before. Have you been on the channel before, Trucker Bob? Do we have our own version of Bitcoin Bin, or what's going on, my dude? XRP number 1 is in the building. Hey, Siege. What's up, XRP number 1? Interesting article from Yahoo Finance about the United States opposing the moves that the IMF is looking to do with their SDR in terms of allocation. I think that is interesting. He said, yes, but I'm always driving. Gotcha. I got you, brother. Be safe on the roads, my friend. I think that is very, very interesting. So let's go over this article because I did read through some of it. And Mnuchin's talking about doing their own version of allocation. What does that look like? David Stanley says the United States controls the IMF. I wasn't aware of that. Thank you for pointing that out. I did not know that. We are the biggest contributors to the IMF. Now that I did know. I remember Rickard saying in terms of this SDR when actually he was talking about an ESDR, and he believes that to be is what is going to eventually happen, an ESDR. That in terms of the allocation, it was going to be based upon the gold, the holdings in gold. So you know, the more voting power would come with the who had the biggest supply of gold. But this is an allocation that they're talking about in terms of what's going on in the pandemic and the beer cold crisis. So interesting stuff. Let's go through this article, guys. I think it's an interesting read. Change this view. And then we'll talk about it. Just give me something to talk about. All right, so let's look this over. Yes, right. Xrp number one. Tundra Music Reviewers in the building. Sup, Crypto Seeds. The PUA is sick, right? I was telling you those paid up editions. Telling you it's genius in motion. I'm glad you checked that out. Looked into it, brother. That's a discussion from yesterday from Wealth Wednesdays, guys, about the whole life insurance and how you can leverage it as a financial instrument. Be sure to check out that video we did yesterday. Term insurance versus whole life insurance. It was a great listen to. It was a great conversation going on. So here it is, guys, from Yahoo Finance. The United States opposes massive liquidity IMF boost, says Mnuchin. So, by Andrea Shalal. So the United States opposes creation of liquidity through the issuance of the International Monetary Fund's special drawing rights as part of the response to the beer cold pandemic. U.S. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin said on Thursday, interesting, in a statement to the IMF steering committee, Mnuchin said 70% of the funds created through an SDR allocation, something akin to a central bank printing new money, would go to G20 countries, most of whom did not need it, while only 3% would go to low-income countries. Mnuchin in the USA is worried about the allocation to the G20 countries instead of the low-income countries. Yeah, I'm not buying that. So the 24-member International Monetary and Financial Committee is meeting on Thursday to review the IMF's response to the pandemic and a possible SDR allocation that could provide hundreds of billions of dollars in urgently needed foreign exchange reserves for all of the IMF's 189 members. The move was first floated by IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva last month and is supported by many finance ministers, prominent economists, and nonprofit groups. But Washington, the IMF's dominant shareholder, is blocking an allocation. Because it would give new avenues of funding for Iran and China. Okay, that's the bigger reason. Got it. Reuters reported this week. The SDR, USD, XDR equal whatever, based on dollars, euro, yen, sterling, and yuan, are the IMF's official unit of exchange. Member countries hold them at the fund in proportion to their shareholdings. The IMF last approved a $250 billion new allocation of SDRs in 2009. Remember that? Boosting liquidity for cash-strapped countries during the last financial crisis. We recognize that a number of IMF members, and this is a quote, support a general special drawing right allocation to their membership Mnuchin said in a text prepared for delivery to the committee. In our view, an SDR allocation is not an effective tool to respond to urgent needs. China's foreign ministry issued a pointed statement on the issue overnight, telling Reuters international financial institutions are important platforms for international cooperation, not political tools, dig, 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 for a minority of countries to manipulate. Wow. That's a body blow right there, right? That's a body blow statement right there. Mnuchin said a better, more targeted approach would be for members to contribute to two IMF facilities that provide funds to the poorest countries. And the United States government was exploring such a contribution itself. The United States government was exploring such a contribution itself. That sounds like to me that they were. I have to read that again. So, funded by grants from members, the IMF's Catastrophe Containment and Relief Trust, the CCRT, has already provided grants to 29 countries to cover their debt service payments to the IMF for an initial 6-month period. Members can also provide grants and loans to the IMF's Poverty Reduction Growth Trust, which supports low-income countries, said Mnuchin. Oh, interesting. Poverty Reduction Growth Trust. So let me read this again. Mnuchin said a better, more targeted approach would be for members to contribute to two IMF facilities, that provide funds to the poorest countries, and the United States government was exploring such a contribution itself. So they're looking to set something up where they can contribute to these poor countries itself, but they don't want the IMF to do it because they believe that it gives a certain advantage to Iran and China. It would give new avenues of funding, right? Interesting stuff. So here, guys, first of all, here comes the IMF again, looking to utilize their SDRs again, right? Nothing new. But looking to do it now because of the beer cold, which is going to get the world once again, kind of used to the IMF using their SDRs, which to me says that the ESDRs, who knows, this might be in the form of an ESDR. We don't even know that. Who's to say that this allocation might not eventually turn into some type of ESDR, if it isn't already? But the fact that the IMF is getting involved and, again, wanting to use the SDRs, I think is powerful. I really do. Bond 416. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you. IMF wants blockchain. Okay. Tate Marquise, what's going on, bro? It's good. It's all great, bro. Good to see you in the stream, man. Greg Williams is in the building. What's up, everyone? What's up with you? How you doing today, Greg? So what is this? Bonbon 416. USA was behind the ball on this tech 5G blockchain. China forced the hand. US wanted a slow rollout. China moving to supremacy. Yeah. China's not messing around. But the Donald has a plan. President Donald Trump, I believe, has a plan. Yeah, I did read that, David. I did read that part. Thank you, brother. David says, keep reading down an article which show that we are the biggest stockholders in the IMF. Yep, I did read that in that article. Yep. And so I'm just thinking that the fact that the U.S. is opposing it and is saying it's a China and Iran deal, I think is interesting. I really do think maybe there's not a need. I mean, it's just saying they're going to block it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So we shall see. I'm loving the idea that they're talking about an SDR. It's pointed out here that the IMF, I know Christina Georgieva is big time in blockchain and DLT. So it kind of seems as though the ESDR is just, right around the corner. D. Danes, what's going on, bro? What's going on, my brother? Are we on the moon yet? Not yet. We're close, I believe. Not chosen. Hedera hash bar. I don't know what's going on with Hedera hash bar. Not chosen. So I think that's interesting that they're blocking it now. They're saying first it was well, Mnuchin said it's not going to the poorest and poorest of countries, it's going to the main G20 countries. Then they mentioned the fact, which is probably more of the real case, about Iran and China being able to get some funds going in their direction, right? Very, very interesting. But I do, again, the IMF SDR, and I just like the fact that they're looking to use it, which means to me that this ESDR is very much a likelihood to take place as well. We know the DNI, the digital nomad investor, had a conversation with Jim Rickards via Twitter talking about an ESDR, and that's coming. How it's going to look, what it's going to look like, we don't know. We all believe that XRP in some way, shape, form, or fashion will be in that framework some way or another. But guys, they're talking about it. I think it's interesting that the U.S. is opposing it. They found a statement from Madame Lagarde, an article from her, and with a statement, IMFC statement by Christine Lagarde, president of the ECB, at the 41st meeting of the International Monetary and Financial Committee. Okay, the International Monetary and Financial Committee. I'm going to go over this. I'm going to try to find that quote. A shout out to Mark Phillips on Twitter who brought this to my attention. D-Dan says, I'm good. Don't sleep on Chainlink, my friend. Get some and flip the cash from that in XRP. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, I had some link. I did sell it for what, 27% profit or something. Got more XRP. I did do that. But we hit a major milestone in the Crypto Siege's home in terms of our XRP hodlings, a major milestone, and really, really excited about that and feeling really, really comfortable with, extremely comfortable now, and just can chill, focus on other digital assets, focus on other financial instruments like cash value life insurance. Yeah. Guys, do me a favor. It's 43 people on the stream, only 14 likes. If you haven't had a chance yet, if you didn't smash the like on the way in, just collapse your chat. No worries. Go smash that like and then come back and hang out. It helps with the algorithm on YouTube, especially helps this channel. We want to get this channel out to more people like us. We want more of us in this space. We want to grow the space, right? We want to grow this space. We want to turn more people onto the digital asset space, this new asset class, and we want to turn people on after they do their own homework and their own due diligence to the greatest digital asset ever created, which is XRP. Trucker Bob says, we will walk on the moon once Judy Shelton steps in. How about that? I'm certainly looking forward to her getting that nod, getting the blessing, because a digital dollar in a cryptocurrency kind of way, I don't know. Gold, I'm liking what she's saying. Trump leads his adversaries and business partners down a road that leads them right to where he needs and wants them for maximum benefit his whole career. Well, exactly. And I just, look, I'm not left, right, upside down or in the middle, but I do believe that the Donald has a plan, And I definitely believe that Ripple and XRP is in the plan, whether it's plan A, B, or C. You know what I mean? I really do believe that. Who else checked in? Did I miss anyone coming in? I don't think I did. Masterpiece is in the building. What's going on, Masterpiece? Right, so I think that's a very, very interesting thing. JS is here. What's going on, JS? XRP Benno is in the building. XRP Benno said, oh my God, Siege. OMG, Siege. I just caught your wisdom about don't take that class. Can't stop smiling, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We shared that on Wealth Wednesday last night. Absolutely. David Stanley says, you're doing an awesome job. One of my favorites. Open-minded and a critical thinker. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you being here this morning. Bruce Wayne. What's up, Bruce Wayne? That's a great point, Bruce. If this space wasn't going to give big returns, the market would not exist in the first place. Yeah, absolutely. I watched the ad. Watched an ad this morning from a young guy. He's been in the crypto space for a while, and he's always running ads on YouTube. And he said that the large corporation, big bank, and the billionaires are buying up digital assets and not wanting the world to know. He's stealing a little stuff from Tika Touare. But I thought it was interesting. Number one, very young dude, very young dude. He's been doing ads on YouTube and about financial assets, digital assets rather, for a good while. Shout out to him doing his thing. I know he has like a crypto trading club or whatever, but I thought it was genius. I love his hustle. The fact that he's doing it, doing ads on YouTube, doing his thing, selling his product, if you will, which is a crypto trading platform. But I love to see the young people in this space doing their thing and realizing that they can be in control of their time and money, and that they are in fact hip to the real deal. And that is that big money, major money, massive money is buying and swooping up digital assets at a record pace. Just like Bruce Wayne said, this wouldn't be a space if it wasn't money to be made. It is massive money to be made, and they know it. XRP Benno says, I just left you a message. Where did that go? Oh, wow. What? That's exciting news, XRP Benno. XRP Benno said, I just left you a message about my 75-year-old father buying crypto today. I love it. I love it. Can't thank you enough, mate. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you saying that. That is very, very cool. Very, very cool. That's what it's about, getting more people into this digital asset space. I'm telling you. And by the way, I shout out to Celsius Network, who is not only allowing you to earn money on your assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, 0x, and all the stable coins. Not only allow you to earn interest on those assets and then earn interest on your interest, in coming up here shortly, they're going to allow you to earn gold on your gold. What in the wide world is that about? How exciting is that? I might have to figure out a way to get some gold just to take advantage of that. Fernando Hernandez, what's going on, bro? Oh, what is going on, Fernando? Good to see you in the stream this morning. Barry Prasad, good morning to you. Good to see you. What are you doing in the stream today, bro? Good to see you. DC Precise is here. Good morning, folks. What's good, Cease? Life is great, DC Precise. Good to see you. Barry Prasad. Is Win Mullet? Where is Win? There is Win Mullet. Win Mullet, what's going on, my dude? Good to see you this morning. You guys are having a great conversation in this chat. I do 10,000% love that. So guys, again, the United States is opposing what the IMF is looking to do right now to provide liquidity through their SDRs. And it looks as though it just says block that they're blocking that move. I'm in the U.S., so I don't think I can get I don't get the interest in sell XRP number one. I'm in the U.S., so whatever I can get, I get. I think I have to get the interest in whatever asset I have on the sell platform, because I think because of the regulations or the lack of regulations, you can't get interest in sell. I believe that's what the case is. But let me check. I always see, you know, look, I get the email every single week. Interest paid, interest paid, interest paid. I absolutely love it. But to answer your question, XRP number one, I don't think in the US you can get it and sell. I think you have to get it in the particular digital asset. So when I look at my app, well, what happened there? When I look at my app, you know, I see the interest increasing, but it's not in sell. Yeah, so it's not in sell. Although I own some sell, I don't get any interest. I do own some sell, but so it's BTC for BTC, EOS for EOS, Tether for Tether, 0x for 0Z, XRP for XRP, and Ethereum for Ethereum. But then you earn interest on your interest, which is pretty cool. When Mullet says Bittrex is paying 17% for BTR, I don't own any BTR. Not that it, you know, it might end up doing this thing, but I don't earn any. That's a massive amount. I think Celsius and Cell is going to be the winner because they're doing it the right way. They may be taking the what my mentor would like to say is slow down to go fast. Slow down to go fast. Celsius, I believe, is doing that, and one of the ways that they do it is with that KYC, and AML, and Social Security number. Because he's right. He says he loses 60 to 7% of the applicants when it right at that part right there because they don't want to do it. But I think that's genius because it will in fact get rid of the quote unquote bad actors. He's not going to take a chance on the platform, and I like that approach. I like that approach because what it is for me is it's a raising the standard, is setting a high bar. Setting a high bar. We all know that the best of things in life are on the top shelf. You have to stretch to get them. You got to stretch to get them. And so for me, I was like, wait a minute. I can earn interest on my assets. Then I can earn interest on that interest. I can earn 7, 8, 9% on my stable coins. And the other part of it is, I remember Miss Crypto C said, well, you know, we give out our Social Securities now. We give out our Social Security numbers when they need it now. But we're not the traditional market, but they're not giving us that. They're not allowing us to earn any money on our assets. The only people that get to do that are, you know, people who consecutively qualify as accredited investors, blah, 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 blah. She's like, yeah, give it up. Let's go. Let's earn, right? Let's think and act like financial institutions. She's so smart. Miss Crypto C just so smart. So anyway, guys, but so there that is. But I wanted to cover another article. When Mullet, I was gonna, if you showed up early to stream, I was gonna ask you to remind me to hit up my massive bookmarks so that I don't forget a couple of articles that I want to share with you guys. Jay Korn is in the building. Hello, Jay Korn. Now you got Ari on there. Crypto Eddie, is that who you're talking about? Elizabeth is here. Good morning. Good morning to you, Elizabeth. I pay zero attention to Bearable Guy 123 stuff, JS. That's just me personally. I don't pay attention to it. I may look at it. I may, if someone puts it on Twitter, I don't. So let me go to my absolutely massive bookmarks and share something. I believe I saw this from Jungle Inc. post this. Let me see if I can find it. Shout out to Jungle Inc. That dude is always consistently doing his thing on YouTube. Let me find this article for you guys. Then I will share my screen, share this article. What's going on? Look how long this bookmark thing take. You can't see it, but it's still scrolling right now, Win Mullet. Still scrolling. Oh, finally it stopped. All right, so I think this was interesting. Let's cover this. Let me change the view. A DC precise. I'm always a little leery of drops that I'm not familiar with. So please move forward with caution. Reference that MNE. I don't even know what that is. In your wallet, in your atomic wallet. So move forward with caution, my friend. So the link community is a good community. That's cool. That's good to know, XRP Benno. Yeah, I can't wait to, I don't know. Well, I'm going to start diversifying now. And I think I can officially say that I'm done with the XRP. I can officially say that now. No more purchasing. I won't have to purchase anymore. I can rest in my heart and my soul and my mind, diversify into some others, but I am definitely going to be moving at least half of my monthly contribution that goes to digital assets. At least, well, I would say at least a third. So at least $500 is going to go into this new financial instrument, which is the cash value life insurance. So let's share this article. Shout out to, again, from Jungle Inc. for sharing this. So cryptonewsflash.com, it says, Money Match and Kuwait Financial House prefer Ripple to Swift. By using RippleNet, the payment service provider Money Match can do without Swift and save up to 40% in transaction costs. Kuwait Financial House describes in its new annual report that Ripple's payment technologies are used alongside Swift and are achieving very good results. So let's check out this article, guys. Money Match is a global payment service provider from Malaysia that helps small and medium-sized companies to pay suppliers all over the world. In Malaysia, traditional financial institutions charge high exchange rate for small volume transactions. So many companies have to pay disproportionately high transaction and exchange fees. To address this issue, Money Match has partnered with Ripple to offer low-cost cross-border payments to over 120 countries worldwide. The great advantage of Ripple's payment technologies is that the transfer can be made in real time at very low cost. XRP acts as a bridge currency. In addition, no Nostro accounts are required for pre-financing on the recipient's account. This task is eliminated due to the use of XRP as a bridge currency. There it is, guys. And never ever forget this. This is so hugely important to understand that there may be a top 5, maybe top 8 banks. But of all the thousands and thousands of banks, there are small, medium-sized banks. And then you include money transmitter businesses like Money Match, who traditionally have been just hoodwinked by those top 5 banks. And now they have another option. They have another option, guys. In the end, that is the deal. And the numbers right? The proof is in the numbers. The volume, just the sheer amount is just, you know, when you talk about thousands and thousands as compared to 5, you get these people on the Ripple net and get them on that Ripple, then that network effect takes place. Trust me, you don't want to be on the outside looking in on that powerful network. So the financial players operating in Malaysia all offer the same high fees. So there is no attempt to entice customers away from other banks by offering more favored conditions. By working with Ripple, MoneyMatch can process transactions in a matter of hours and save 40% compared to traditional systems, says such as Swift. Right? MoneyMatch can process transactions in a matter of hours and save 40% compared to traditional systems such as Swift. This said Adrian Yap, the CEO of MoneyMatch. And then he's going on to quote this here. We struggled to find a decent European partner and were stuck using the Swift system to make payments there. Working with RippleNet partners allowed us to cut our costs by as much as 40%. And instead of transactions taking at least 2 days, we were completing payments in just a few hours. This is going to be the trend going forward. More and more companies realizing the exceedingly amazing cost savings and acknowledging the alternative option to Swift. This is just going to be the deal, guys. It is going to keep getting better and better and better and better. I love it. So, MoneyMatch strives to further expand the use of RippleNet. As there is no alternative in Malaysia so far that offers similar possibilities and reliability in the use of the system. We are always thinking about how we can serve our customers better. That's why we're looking to develop partnership on RippleNet that will help us build more payment and collection facilities on a global scale. Again, the power of the network effect. We want to match the ambitions of our small, medium enterprise customers and be the kind of growth partner that they won't find at any of Malaysia's traditional banks. So you're talking about a RippleNet partner looking to be the go-to spot to provide services for other small and medium enterprise customers, right? That's what the RippleNet can do for these businesses. And it's going to catch on. And that network effect is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. Kuwait Financial House praises technology from Ripple. The Kuwait Financial House. Okay. Kuwait Financial House was founded in Kuwait in 1977 and is now one of the largest banks in the country. KFH already announced the use of Ripple's payment technology in August last year. In this year's annual report, the bank, remember that, states that Ripple has helped it to further expand its market share and to better meet the needs of its customers. We have managed this year to accomplish several IT-supported projects using Ripple technology and providing Skip Lino service, thus providing better growth opportunities, better response to market needs, and increasing our market share as a trustworthy bank. KFH manages assets of $55 billion and has completed transactions with a volume of almost $35 billion in 2019 alone. The use of Ripple will reduce transfer costs and time for customers and the company, enabling the bank to capture additional market share. This is what it's going. So we got a bank singing the praises of Ripple. We got a money transmitter business and MoneyMatch singing the praises of Ripple, and it's just going to continue. It's going to go on and on and on and on. And like I said in my XRP Ripple daily news video that I did this morning, you definitely want to check that out. We're talking about a digital asset that is regulatory compliant and has real wide use case, real world use case. And again, I just believe that the Donald and Mnuchin are going to sing the praises of this company, Ripple, the good old US of A company that is regulatory compliant, and shout from the rooftops all the use case and all the great things that they're doing, and how they have this tool, this software that's an on-demand liquidity solution. It's just a matter of time. The Donald has a plan, in my humble opinion. It's just, where does Ripple fit? Ripple and XRP fit? When do they bring out of their hip pocket the executive order 13772 where Ripple is mentioned? Is it plan A, plan B, or plan C? But it is in the plan. In my humble opinion, that's what I truly believe that, guys. I really, really do. Guys, 60 people on the stream and only 29 likes. Do me a favor, guys. If you didn't get a chance to smash that like on the way in, it's no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Smash the like if you haven't done that already. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. We want to get this channel out to more of us so that we can get more of us in this new asset class. That is the digital asset space. Harley Cash. This is a good sign of when we will start the process of recovering back to normal life. What's going on, Harley Cash? Good to see you on the stream this morning. Good, that's good to see. Harley Cash says, here's a tip for all of you here in the stream. Bookings for flights in May 2020 are looking much, much better than March and April. United States flights to Europe are starting to fill up. That is a great sign. And that does kind of point to perhaps we'll be looking to do reopen America, if you will, in May. We shall soon see how that's going to look like and what that will look like and how that's going to work. Hopefully, Greta Thunberg and Trump do a joint press conference to announce XRP to the world. That would be awesome. Yeah, so the insurance is through XRP number one is through Lloyd's of London through I believe BitGo and Prime Trust. So you have they have cold storage wallet insurance now, 10 million, and then they got the 100 million. So it's not Celsius is provided; it's through BitGo and Prime Trust who provide the insurance. So your assets are still covered. Comedian Chuck Real, a little late, but always support the family. Good to see you, Chuck Real. Add Will M. What's going on, my friend? Will, what's going on, Will? Come on, guys, let's get rich with XRP. Rasheen Be Wealthy is in the building. What's up, Rasheen? Good to see you in the stream this morning, my friend. Whoa, TJ Jackson. XRP hits 10K. Then the continuous building on the ledger keeps it stable there. Man, that would be great, wouldn't it? 10K? That would be outstanding. Here's the thing that we do know. We say this on the channel all the time, right, guys? The global economic crisis, parentheses, illiquidity, has zero patience and waits on no one. The XRP Ripple Daily News I did today was titled Unlimited Money and Yet Zero Liquidity. Unlimited money and yet there's still zero liquidity. There's no liquidity. And so everyone knows that XRP is the greatest is the most liquid asset right now. The most liquid asset is XRP. And here's this good old US of A company, Ripple, fintech company out of San Francisco, that has a product that is an on-demand liquidity solution. And you're telling me that the Donald is not going to play that card? He's going to let that one slip through? And it's a digital asset? Here's a guy who wrote a new financial system, not wrote, but signed off on a new financial system that Mnuchin put together, where they mentioned Ripple. And they're going to let that slip through? I don't think so. It's just a matter of time. It's in the plan. It's just, is it plan A or plan B or plan C? You know what I mean? Rasheen be wealthy. Love that statement. The most liquid asset. Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very powerful. Michael O2, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you on stream this morning. Tundra, what was that question? Tundra Music Review, Crypto Siege. Any recommendation where I should keep any and receive all business funds to hedge shading the bank while still doing business, receiving payments, etc., and still being able to transfer fiat? I don't, my friend. I'm sorry, I would not know the answer to that. Yeah, right. Celsius does not. So right, and that's the thing, right? So he's always very quick to point out that it's not Celsius providing the insurance. Yeah, it's the insurance is through third party people. XRP number one, which is a main player. I believe it to be BitGo and Prime Trust. And through Lloyd's of London, you get this insurance, $100 million through Lloyd's of London, which is what BitGo does, and that's a very standard thing for Lloyd's of London and BitGo, $100 million. So, yeah, and they've had from their financial institutions over 200 when that big massive liquidity took place with BitMEX and Make Her Die, when everyone massive people got liquidated, they had zero in liquidation. Over 200 financial major institutions, zero liquidation. I don't know what plan A and plan B and plan C is for the Donald Tundra Music Review. I don't know what it is. I don't know what their plan is ultimately. Only thing that we can pretty much look to is they do want to bring the dollar back onto the gold standard. That we do know. But other than that, I don't know what is the digital dollar and digital wallet going to look like. I don't know what their plans are. But I do know that the Donald is, if you put Kushner, if you Jared Kushner relationship with Curson, Mnuchin, they're very and intimately familiar with XRP and Ripple. XRP Benno says, Siege, what got my father interested initially was when I mentioned the liquidity aspect of XRP. Very good, bro. Very good. And that's why it's so important for us when we're sharing. We have to know that we know what we hold. And in order to do that, we have to level up our IQ so that we can intelligently articulate our message, right? You know what I mean? So Dryce is in the building, just got in. What's up, Steve? What's up with you, Dryce? Good to see you this morning. Yeah, so two things I think is important. I think it's important to kind of pay attention to the fact that the U.S. is kind of opposing the way that the IMF is looking to provide liquidity through their SDR. I think that's important. You certainly want to pay attention to that and keep your eye out, for what that's going to look like, how that's going to play out. So we'll see how that goes. But I think what's most important is companies like Money Match and banks like KFH and Kuwait are pointing to the benefits of Ripple and its technology and in the use of XRP in terms of what Money Match is doing. Because in the end, the use of XRP is massive for us as XRP hodlers. The initial step may be for banks to use Ripple and take advantage of RippleNet, but the road ultimately ends to taking advantage of all the benefits that Ripple offers and utilizing XRP. That's the end goal, and it's just time. It's just a matter of time, and certainly regulations will speed that process up. But XRP is a regulatory compliant digital asset, and it does have real world use case, real world utility. Those who understand cash flow will understand the importance of liquidity. You're right about that, TJ Jackson. Yeah, I know. At one time, Chandra, I got rid of all my gold and silver to purchase more XRP. So I like Robert Kiyosaki's approach, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and the author of this book called Fake, and that the gold and silver is it's a value add. You hold on to it. You don't necessarily spend it. You have it because it adds value. He actually did an article about that, wealth attracts wealth, and gold and silver is wealth, right? So for me, I know I'm looking forward to getting back into owning actual gold, physical gold and silver, not the paper stuff, but the gold and silver, the physical stuff. But the real stuff, the real physical gold and silver, guys. So there it is, guys. Pay attention to that, because I do think it's important, because I kind of see, I don't want to say a battle, but I do kind of see further discussions. I think this topic about the U.S. opposing what the IMF is looking to do with its SDRs, I think it's going to start getting into mainstream media. People talking about it on TV. I think that's important. The fact that the IMF is looking to do SDRs is going to be huge again, just like they did in 2008. And, we got to look for that next move, right? We got to look at the possibilities of an ESDR. But again, guys, we're going to be familiar. We're going to know what an ESDR can do because of great content creators and because of this XRP family, but because of great content creators like DNI, the digital nomad investor, who helps us to keep 2 and 3 and 4 steps ahead of the game, because we got to know the geopolitical game. We got to know that as well. That helps us, right? We want to keep those XRP radar antennas up so that we know what is going on, right? All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this stream. It was great to hang out with you guys. I will see you guys later on today. Look for another video as well. So I'm definitely going to stream again and another video as well. Sahar, you're right. It is happening. We just need to wait step by step. Exactly right, my friend. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream like I do all my streams and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.